Why
Hello,
is
everyone.
Shao saying it?
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
hi, everybody. Welcome to Xianxia D&D stream, where people appear on camera sideways and other players call you up on it right from the start. This is called the sideways path to enlightenment. And if anybody challenges me on that, I'm going to claim it to my dying day. I'm Casey. I am the DM for Xianxia D&D and this motley crew down here. We have a couple of like really quick announcements to make. First things first, I'm really happy and enthusiastic to tell everybody that we finally made affiliate status. So we have, among other things, we have now got channel points. To the right, I think it's to the right of the stream. And there are a few channel rewards that you can have. The cultivation points, what I call cultivation points. One of the interesting ones is that because I am really new to this whole streaming thing, feel free to suggest a channel reward that we can implement along the way. So that's one, and number two, we've also have implemented D&D Beyond functionality. So to the left of the stream, there should be an overlay that allows you to see the characters, their hit points, their goals in life, how Su or how broken they are, and so on and so forth. So those are the kind of like the bits of functionality that we've been spending over the last week trying to implement, and I think I'm very happy with these things. Now, just some quick housekeeping matters. I think that there are a couple of things that are due. Like Shao, sorry to call you up online, but you owe me a letter that you're sending to the magistrate.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay,
Sorry.
so let's just leave it at that. Now, let me go to introductions for the characters. Short intros, starting with Richard.
My character is his name is Song Yifan. As you can see, the Chinese character on my screen, and he's a Wudang disciple, and he's an orphan, and he has been tasked to find out what happened to the 10,000 manor. So I'm just going to keep it short and pass it on to Cang Tian.
Okay. Hi. Hello. I'm Shao, and I'm playing Cang Tian, a monk who's a pilgrim and actually secretly an investigator and informant for the government, law enforcement. It's Chang Tian is generally kind of like the keeping all the notes of what's happening in the party, and works together with Yifan, who is the pretty much the treasurer of the party. So between the both of us, we keep the party's projects running. Yeah, and Chang Tian practices the martial arts of that allows him to emulate the forms of the mythical arhats, the Lohan, as well as that of mythological figures from Chinese mythology in his martial arts. And I'm playing and Chang Tian is an air Genasi. Over to you, Nick.
Okay. Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm playing Longmu, or well, as everyone calls him, Amu, because he has not actually told anyone his actual name. Amu is a paladin, functionally, but he's more of your typical wuxia random wandering hero type. He he's trying to find out why the imperial forces have pretty much slain everyone that ever mattered to him, and he's been wandering around ever since. He has a legacy that seems to be tied into the brocade guard, the Jing Wei, who generally work for the emperor, and he seems to have some link to nobility that he knows almost nothing about, except that he has to look and find out about this person called Duke Xie. So he ever since he ran away after the Imperial forces burnt down the tea house that he grew up in, and possibly killed his master, who was some hermit living out in the outskirts of the town that he grew up in. He met up with with Cang Tian and Yifan, and generally has been adventuring with them since. And the first arc was the 10,000 Swords Manor run, and now we're headed to Wudang to deposit a child.
Right. So
Yeah, I'm done.
to explain that rather interesting recap, right? We have eternally arrowed Shao to give us a recap of what has been going on last session.
Hello,
Okay.
hello.
Hello, hi. So do I recap now?
Does anyone hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hi, Nick. Yeah, we can hear you,
We
Nick.
can hear you whispering.
Yeah.
Okay, this
Right.
is really weird.
Yeah.
What's going on,
There's a bit of lag, I
guys?
think. There's a bit of lag going on, I think.
Nick, can you hear us? Nick. Okay, give me a moment. Let me go and send. Always eternally issues. Always audio issues, right?
I think it's some data issues as well because I'm getting some lag and slowdown.
There is a
Yeah.
little bit of there's a wee bit of lag spiky also, lag spikiness I
Yeah.
can see also.
Yeah.
I'm not having a serious issue with transmission.
Okay.
So I don't think it's the OBS end of it. I think it could just be that Discord is having
I think it's Discord, yeah.
Discord having a bad day.
Yeah, let me check the bit rate. Frame rate is
It's a wee bit low actually.
Huh, okay, I think it's Nick just dropped off.
yeah, Nick just dropped out. Yeah. And also I guess like admin wise, I think as much as DnD Beyond likes me and gave me a lot of HP, my HP is actually 27. I don't know why it's 33.
I'm back.
I can.
think
Hello.
I
I
can.
lagged out.
Yeah, I
yes,
think.
you did.
Yeah,
Hi. Yeah, Nick.
it's
Can hear
okay.
you.
I can totally cut your hit points. I am the great and mighty.
Okay.
The great and mighty
Yeah.
DM, and I can just over. Yeah, no, it says 27. I see 27.
Yeah. On the stream it says 33. So that's a bit strange.
There's a lag between the extension and the.
I see, yeah. I think that's a theme of the day, lag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, no problems lah. Then let's just continue.
With the recap.
Yeah, let's just continue with the recap.
Okay, hi. So last session, what were we doing? So if you've been following our sessions, you know that there's this plot involving a child of a 10,000 Swords Manor. Now this child is supposed to have
Hey guys,
mythical.
I'll be right back. I think there's something wrong with my laptop charger. I'll be back.
Okay. Nothing. So we have a mythical child, a child with mythical abilities who's supposed to be able to be some kind of have great spiritual powers and potential for martial arts cultivation. So we found the child, and there's a bit of a mystical identity thing going on. It might be there because the children's protectors wanted to protect the child by creating a false rumor, or it might just be a genuine misunderstanding. We haven't really sussed it out yet. But anyway, this child is actually a wood genasi. Unfortunately, out there the rumors are that this child is a dwarf child. So cue in 2 sessions ago, when we had a dwarf child playing with our wood genasi child, kidnappers came, and instead of kidnapping the wood genasi child, they kidnapped the dwarf child instead. So off we went to try to rescue the dwarf child. We fought a blood demon who turned out to be the kidnapper. Now there were other kidnappers, but this is the most salient kidnapper. So we ended up having a physical and metaphysical brawl with the blood demon. Turned out that the blood demon's sad story past was that it was actually a water cave spirit until it got defeated by an Ashura, a warrior of, and a kind of an infernal demigod warrior that trapped it in a cave and it was dying. So it needed to kind of like steal the life forces of people to prolong its existence. And that's why I wanted to steal our MacGuffin plot child, because he has great spiritual powers. That's what we said earlier. So anyway, there was a life-threatening battle on all sides. We managed to stun the tide. Originally, just me and Amu, but the good thing about it is that Yifan managed to hitch a ride with a spirit wolf who transcended the borders of physical reality to deposit him and our good friend Bai Cao Xian. Actually, Bai Cao Xian really reminds me of the Feng Shen Bang, like the Jet Li's the guy, the talking plant, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Now we need a giant Naza baby to join us.
You
So
need
anyway,
you need a giant Nerza baby and Arakowaka. You need a half celestial with a third eye. Although I think kind of Amu kind of fulfills that role a bit.
yeah,
A bit
yeah, he is a Erlangsen already.
A bit
Yeah, and
a
we
bit
also need. We also need basically China to accept Fan Ping Ping ho ho. Okay. So anyway, tax evasion aside, okay. Okay. How to lose Twitch affiliate in first day in day one. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, moving on to
shortest
Da
lived
Qi
affiliates
Da Li.
ever.
Okay, Da Qi Da Li. Alright, so anyway, we defeated the blood demon, which was once a water spirit. Managed to gain some insights into supernatural powers, but alas, not without cost, because the blood demon, in the epic moments of if I can't win, I make sure you lose, decides to injure our dwarf child, Ward, who is now suffering from a congestion of chi in his body. It's like, it's hot and then it's cold, he's having fevers, and it's basically all his life force is now going into feeding this terrible gaping maw of nothingness inside him left by the blood demon's strike. So of course we have to run over and try to find a way to cure him. Despite all infusions of positive life force and putting our internal energy into the child through our cultivation techniques, the child is still in shit city. It's not a good place to be in. And we brought the child over to see more people and even the Bai Cao Xian, our ginseng spirit of life force, can't do anything to help him. So we spoke with his adoptive parents back in the inn, and the adoptive parents said, "Please take this child and find a healer for him. We'll do anything." So now, long story short, the Wood Genasi child is being placed inside the inn. Because nobody knows the Wood Genasi child is the heir of the 10,000 Sword Manor. Everybody thinks it's a dwarf child. So now we're holding on to protecting this dwarf child, trying to head over to the mountains of Wudang so that the child can be healed by somebody more powerful and maybe learn some internal martial arts to protect themselves from the gaping wound in the body. And we also found some mystical martial arts in the cave, which, coupled with the martial arts that we learned from 10,000 Sword Manor, may allow Yifan to combine two impossible martial arts and maybe unlock a puzzle of 10,000 Sword Manor that can that have ramifications for destiny. And we are on our way over to continue our journey. It turned out that the innkeepers are actually members of a small merchant association, kind of like how like basically a nicer way to say it, not smugglers association. So the totally not smugglers association and small business mutual cooperation aid knows many people. They grease many palms, and so they're opening up some paths for us to head over and continue on our journey to the mountains of Wudang with our dwarf child in tow. Now this of course means that a lot of our plans are changed, but we adapt and go with the flow. So that's all.
Okay, thanks a lot, Shao. And I am not for once turning on the Talespire map yet, because we normally start with a quick plot recap, and this is the recap. So, camera pans. You see water and bubbles all around you. The camera gets from a dark part of the water lighter and lighter and lighter until it just breaks water. And you see from the angle of the camera a boatman who is plying his small skiff down what looks like a tributary of a much larger river. Rolling down, and the camera turns left. You see a bank. Looks like it's cut into a part of a cliff or a river canyon of some sort, but not quite as large. Maybe about a few feet to it. And look right, and there are ruins on it. And the camera turns forward again, and suddenly it streaks forward. The camera pans up, and then goes down, and follows you into a dark wood. A dark wood with a bullock cart and 4 people riding behind. The man's voice, halfling, tea housekeeper Lee, says to you, "We are but less than a day out. From here, I have to leave you to the travels. It's best if I'm not seen by the city guard, for obvious reasons. I trust that you will be able to find a way. Remember, find Butcher Rong. He knows the fastest way up to Wudang Mountain, and take care of Xianxia." He grabs your hands by the side, with a kind of like a bit like a martial brother embrace, right? Man of Jianghu to man of Jianghu. Take care. We're all counting on you. And then with that, he helps you unload from the bullock cart, passes you your belongings. He runs his hand through Xiaoxiang's hand. He stifles a short sob as he, very, very reluctant, pulls his hand away and turns the bullock cart around and heads on his way. Through the forest, you start seeing a path that looks like it's opening up. And you can see even beyond it, right, what looks like the beginnings of a cobblestone road, which indicates that it's probably very, very close to Xiangyang by now. You see a cobblestone road, and you move towards it slowly, surely, and the road opens up, and the forest, after an hour or so, is gradually behind you. Gradually, as you move, you start getting joined by other travelers. You see farmers, traders. You see men carrying weapons. You see you see foreigners wearing all kinds of furs and leathers, riding horses that are far bigger than the Chinese would have. You see men in fur caps carrying riding strange beasts that look like a horse with 2 small hills on their back. And you see people starting to head slowly, milling towards the city gate that looms ahead of you, anchored to the east, to the west, by a large mountain range. White stone walls of Xiangyang Shu. A long bridge crossing the tributary of the Han River that bisects the city entrance from the city gate. Spans, and you see people walking and slowly forming a queue of sorts as the red and blue clad Song soldiers start waving people through one by one, occasionally poking in, checking their belongings. You start walking, and you get from the back of the queue. The queue is moving in fairly quick fashion. You notice that the guards don't seem to be checking the people as much as they have their eyes cast out towards the horizon, as if they're looking out for something else rather than the people in the city itself, or the people entering the city itself. Perhaps they are looking for soldiers. We can't quite be sure.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yep. So we're just gonna like walk in. There's no like people stopping, right?
no, they're just slowly flowing into the city.
Okay. Yeah. Just gonna flow in with the crowd. Try to not look so conspicuous.
Okay. Just hang on for a second, everybody. I don't know what's going on with the stream, but I think the stream has been frozen for some time.
Okay.
Let me see if I can quickly fix it, and if I can't,
Having laptop issues, just so you know. My power supply seems to be fucked.
okay, I can barely hear you, Nick.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear
Yeah.
you. Now I can hear you.
Okay, my power supply for my laptop seems to be good, and I'm getting it fixed tomorrow, but I might have some problem. Just so you know.
Okay, so you want us to continue? You are going to continue with the stream until you drop out, lah. Basically, is that what you're saying?
I need to manually hold it there, which is very annoying. But yes, I'm here.
Okay, Ken. Let me double check. I don't see any of the settings working. Let me double check and see whether the stream is working.
Still stuck.
Yeah, it's still stuck, right? Yeah. Don't know what.
Do you want to like turn off the stream and turn it back on again?
Okay. Maybe what I'll do is that lah. I'll drop off the stream and then start again.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay. I put it in the portrait. It's art that I actually own, so it's alright.
Okay. I've started the streaming again, but the video still seems stuck for some reason.
Is it because you have a buffer? Because it has a delay.
Oh no, it's okay now.
Oh
Okay
yeah.
now. Okay, never mind. So, as we head into the city, what happens is you get stopped. You get stopped by what looks like a very haggard, ill-kept Song Dynasty soldier who raises his hand up and says, "Halt! What is your business in Xianxia?" He's barely making eye contact with you. He's still kind of like looking in the distance.
I was like, we're here to look for medicine hall.
A medicine hall.
Yeah.
For what? For what?
Xiangyang has famous medicine halls, and I am just a scholarly type and just want to study more about the medicines around this area.
Okay, sure. Make me a persuasion roll. Your DC is 10.
Okay. Let's see, persuasion. Persuasion. Okay.
I can't see it for some reason. Okay, got it.
yeah, okay. There's some lag on the Chrome as well. So
Okay. The name of the day is lag lah. Okay, 15 is enough. So he just waves you by, looking way too distracted to give any sort of a strong response. And then he just walks. He walks on. Doesn't seem to be overly concerned about what he has what you have to say.
Let's move in.
With that, now I can show you
Feels
my
like-
pride and joy. My pride and joy. Where's my pride and joy? Where's my pride? Where? This Spire Live. Okay. And you walk into.
Oh wow,
That's nice.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
Very
think so too.
very nice. You have actually spent quite a bit of effort on this.
No, I didn't. That's the reason why I love Talespire so much. Spent about 15 minutes and most of it was interior decorating. Please don't enter the buildings. They're all prefab.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's go there.
Okay,
Just kidding.
you see a bustling city street. Just next to the gate, right? You've already reached what is looks like these are where the day merchants set up, right? They have almost like a market square right in front of the city. You get the idea that these are where the people who come in for the day to trade their wares all have there. And there's all kinds of fresh produce. There's food stalls. There are people there are people milling around and crowded around, and these are the three of you. The stones on the street look like they're rough. The street looks like it's not been repaired or maintained well for at least some time now. So there are stones kind of jutting out from the ground, and every so often somebody trips and curses in the local dialect, which is unfortunately not Hokkien. It's Hupei, and I don't know what exactly it is in Hupei. But curse in the local tongue they do. And what you see ahead of you, you smell food in the air, and despite it being all a large street and plenty of crowded people, right? It smells relatively clean.
Okay.
So now that you're in the middle of the city, and I'm just gonna zoom it just to show you. Oh, there's an example of the beast with two hills on the back. Like,
Do I recognize this?
yes, you do. It's a camel.
Yeah.
You have many of them where you're from, but people are taking a gander at the camel as it walks through the streets, right? And these like swarthy people wrapped around with their linen robes and all that. They're walking through the streets, looking like they're taking in the sights at the same time as well as trying to find their way around.
Okay, got it.
All through the streets, people are yelling, "Come, buy my wares! Yeah, no, this is these people, they will rob you blind. I'm offering 3 tomatoes for $2, 2 cash only. 3 tomatoes for 2 cash. Freshest tomatoes we have. Oh, come, have my sea bream soup, best in Hubei. Some say in Jingzhou as well. Come." And all throughout that, yeah, come have our special, come have our Hubei specialty, dried noodles, come. So all throughout the street, you start hearing all of this rhubarb, and then even just further down, right, a voice cuts through the street. It cuts through the street in a kind of with a very piercing but not unpleasant baritone. It's like, come here, all folks. Come here, all folks. Come and watch the romantic wanderers. do a performance for you just this very day in Xianxia of Hubei. Come, come, one and all. Enjoy this performance by the Romantic Wanderers.
I kind of look to the party and I say like, well, we have to find the butcher here, butcher wrong. But I think it's also a rare chance for us to actually maybe relax a little and maybe find out some information. If do you think we should head straight to the butcher, or would you like to take a look at this romantic wanderers or talk to people first?
I'm actually more really am interested in looking for to the medicine hall.
I see.
Getting more herbs and healing materials will actually aid us in our travel back to Wudang.
All right. Should we find an inn so that we can gather and we can head off and come back so that we have a meeting point?
This entire street looks like there are either inns, taverns, or some sort of eating establishment. This entire street. So right next to the city gates basically is where the people who are the transient visitor population, right, basically set up. And they don't need to go further into the city because, you know, I'm in Xiangyang already, here, plop, there you go, right? And in the event of an attack, right, guess who gets wiped out first?
The travelers.
The traveler.
Yeah. So like, you know, this is not my taxpayer base, right? I'm not that concerned.
Yeah. So would you like me to look for some kind of inn for all of us to stay first?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Then Cang Tian looks over at some of the linen wrapped men, and can he make a sort of an insight check or investigation check to figure out which group looks A, both more prosperous, and B, less suspicious, like, you know, they're not on edge. Is there any group that looks moderately prosperous and friendly?
Only you're looking at specifically at the Persians, is it?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, there are not that many Persians. Call 2 numbers 1 to 10.
I'll get 3 and 7.
3 and 7, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, no, there are no Persians. At least within muscling distance of you guys. So there aren't any Persians. You see them in the crowd, but they kind of like vanish into the crowd quite quickly. Yeah.
So, my plan origin was to stay with them because they will look even more obvious than us, so it will reduce our suspicion by camouflaging. But I think I'll just.
Amu is he's a little bit paranoid about the establishment, the authority. So, I mean, he's fine until he sees people who are, you know, obviously working for the like, you know, in view for.
Well,
I can look for more dodgy places for you if you want.
Yeah, so this area, right? There are Song guardsmen. They are like the usual kind of like city guard, conscripts that patrol the city watch. This place isn't particularly well patrolled. Like you see maybe once every. From what you see, you've only seen one patrol down this very, very, very busy street.
Okay. Tell you what. Why instead, if you're worried about the establishment, why don't you use the romantic wanderers as a place to kind of like? There's going to be a crowd around them. We can blend into the crowd while Yifan does his medicine gathering. We can use that spot as the thoroughfare as a landmark to regather.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Yifan, call odds or evens.
Who, me?
Where are those?
Yifan, call odds or evens.
Even.
Strange tree.
Even.
Sorry, Nick, you're saying?
Okay. You don't see any Yok Toi Po. Sorry, for those of you who don't understand Cantonese, it's apothecaries or pharmacies in Cantonese, right? You don't see any of these things along the way down. You don't even see any stalls that would sell medicinal herbs. All of them are like mostly selling food. They are mostly selling herbs. You see one or two places where they have crafted wares. You see one place in particular that actually sells metal goods, like crafted metal goods like spades, knives, shears. You see a knife sharpener that seems to be making a good brisk business with his whetstone, grinding knives. But you don't actually see anywhere that sells like, oh, these are raw herbs and all that. And certainly the buildings are not apothecaries. So you're heading up to the Romantic Wanderers, is it?
As in, like, that'll be the landmark for us to regather, lah.
Okay.
So that.
So just so you know, it's this particular crowd in the center here. So you need to slowly kind of muscle your way through, lah.
Okay.
Okay.
So along the way to here, could I have basically done some preparation briefing with the party, kind of like what to do in the city?
Sure. What do you want? What did you want to brief them on?
Just something very, because it's like, as a law enforcement person, if we see a dwarf child with 3 men, none of them dwarfs, it will look a little bit suspicious, right? So and like, I think the person who's the most worried about looking suspicious is probably Amu, who seems like he has got a lot of tension there. So I basically kind of like, or during the trip there, I kind of like asked Amu and the child. Yeah, ask Amu to basically interact the child more, so it looks like Amu is the child's guardian, because again, police and customs will be less willing to. If you're a single person walking around looking dangerous, they give you a lot of trouble. But if you have a kid in tow, the suspicion drops a little. So this is just the kind of like briefing that Cang Tian does to along the way.
Okay, there isn't that much to interact with the child. The child is
still
near,
sick, right?
Yeah, he's near death. He's lapsed at most, right? He lapses like half an hour a day out of consciousness, and even then he's kind of like feverish and babbling nonsense.
Yeah.
Half the time.
Yeah.
So he's not in a good state, but you try to interact with him and talk to him as if you're his guardian, and yeah, you can kind of get that. Okay.
Okay.
Yifan, as you're walking down the people, right, you almost trip over something, and you hear on your feet.
Okay.
And a cat just runs off. A cat looks like a Black Alley special, for lack of a better way of putting it. It's one of those Black Alley Singapore specials. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Yeah.
I look at it and
Kuching Manis, you know, the really black kind of cat, and he just runs off. He's like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I was going like, okay, yeah, no problems. I said, I'm not going to pursue the cat. I'm just going to like
cat,
go up to eatery, a small eatery, like a store that sells maybe like desserts. So those like sweet cakes or something like that.
Okay. The nearest stall is over here. The nearest stall is here. You can move over here, and it looks like they are selling sweet preserved lotus root.
Oh, okay.
Coated with sesame.
Okay, awesome. Sounds yummy. So what I'm going to do is that I look at the I'm like peeking over the store, then ask the
portly gentleman comes up to you and says, hey, how are the 3 of you travelers doing? This is a Hubei specialty. This is lotus root. We just picked it a day ago. Very fresh. The sugar comes from the southern provinces. Very sweet. Come here, have a bowl. It's 3 cash per bowl. Would you like some? Come.
I look at
sounds good.
What you're going to be using for Yuan now, by the way?
No, cash is a copper piece.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cash is a copper piece. Tail of silver is 1 gold piece. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's great. I think that the child could I look at the chow and I say, I think some sweets might be good as a treat after our long journeys.
I buy 4 servings. I give him 12 coppers. No, wait, 16 coppers.
Okay.
And I pass it around to the 4 of us. Oh wait, make it 20 coppers. I give to buy one for Bai Chao Xian as well.
Okay, but Bai Chao Xian is nowhere to be. He's hiding in somebody's
Isn't
backpack.
that like cannibalism? You're giving lotus root to a plant.
It's all right. We it's not the same species, right? So like we eat other mammals as well, right?
That's totally legit. Now, if you've given it mandrake root, right, that would be eating a cousin. I feel lah. But you know, lotus root, I still
lotus root is
still kind of okay lah. Like enough species. Okay, but Bai Chao Xian says, man, that thing smells really good.
Yeah.
Smells so good. Okay,
anyway, as I'm giving him the money, I say, boss, do you know any like medicine hall around here?
Oh, he gives the. I hate to sound a bit racist against my own race, but do you know that look where Chinese, you know, these like middle-aged to elderly, courtly gentlemen give when they are doing business and they are thinking very hard and they go, oh.
I give him another. I slip him another 5 cash.
Oh, I think my memory is coming back. I think. Let me think for one more.
Okay, 5 more cash. Total of 30.
And he makes the coins disappear, right, with a very deft movement on it. Now that you mention it, there are actually a couple of them, and actually 2 of them just down this street. There are 2 of them. One is called the 8 Wonders Apothecary. That one, go to that one and tell him O Wang sent you. Remember to tell him O Wang sent you. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. The O Wang that sells the lotus root, not O Wang down the street that sells the sea bream soup, okay? Okay. Now, if you happen to get ambushed along the way and you know and get ambushed by the people who are very aggressively selling herbs, right? Just be a bit wary of them lah. They are between us, I know you're new here and I don't want to kind of poison your mind against these people. But they're quite aggro lah,
Not say I want to say, but still I have to say.
Yeah, not say I want to say, but I really want to say, but I cannot admit that I want to say that these guys are actually quite aggro and I'm not very happy with them because they tried to sell my kids insurance, right? But
Simi
What? Okay.
it's like small ants, you know, inch seal ants. Small ants that they put on a stick, you know. They dig out from the bottom of the ground, then they... So anyway...
I respect that. A pants store that sells simple toys.
So this place, go to the 8 treasures. 8 treasures hall. Right? Don't go to the white silk hall. The white silk hall, they are... a bit you know? They are a bit one kind lah.
Okay. Okay. Then
do you know where the white silk hall comes from?
We have heard that they are not from the Central Plains. I mean, no offense to your friend over here. I mean, he's the good sort of he's the good sort of he's the good sort of
we went there.
I'm sorry, I went there.
Okay.
He's the good sort of foreigner, you know. That we know and like, you know, the people that bring the sutras and the learnings of Buddha to come and give us better 4D numbers, right?
I gesture I'm from the back, right? I gesture to Amu and Cang Tian to go ahead.
I
But
roll
these
my
guys
eyes
are
and I walk
they
off to
are
another
a
store to
bit
get
they are a bit sus lah. I mean, I really don't like them much lah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Can you
Thank
guys
you
hear
very
me?
much.
Yeah,
Yes,
we can
yes.
hear you, Nick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll my eyes and walk off to another store to get some food or something.
To get some what? What are you trying to get?
Some food or any snacky thing, and I'm just gonna munch on it.
Okay, there's plenty of snacky food here. Like shit tons of snacky food. Right? What are you looking for? You're looking for something sweet
I
or
want a bun.
savory?
Oh.
You want a bun? Down here they don't sell buns. Their food is yeah, seriously. I went to check this out, okay? Their specialty in Hubei is a couple of things. One, generally the food stores, actually I may not know what it is, but this is what I've read, okay? Generally they have these things called, they have these like little meatballs that are called Dragon and Phoenix. Okay? Near as you can tell from the stores that are selling it, right? It is a mix of freshwater eel and either chicken or pork. And they sell it in like they sell it in bowls, so you have like, they look like lion head meatballs, but they sell nice, they're braised. The other thing that they sell a lot of are dry noodles. Okay? So you see a lot of these, right, down the stores, right? And the third thing that they sell a lot of, sea bream.
Is there something that, or maybe like that I could just grab and?
Yeah, you
eat along
can
the way?
have like kind of like a salping that's filling in it, right?
Yeah, I'll get that, and then I'll just.
Okay.
walk away.
Yeah. So
The obvious,
hi, hey, handsome boy, come here. I know it sounds a bit
Okay.
Singaporean lah, but I'm just trying to like connect it to Singaporean, hawker culture. Be like, come here. You want one of these, right?
Yes, I'll just take one. I'm not being very social, just to stay under the radar a bit, right? But I'll grab something and I'll just move along.
Okay, no problems. And you take it and you bite into it, right? And there's fragrance, chopped shallots, garlic, a bit of onion and fluid, right? And the pieces of meat, and to your surprise, there is a muddy taste of freshwater fish in it, but it gets cut away by the copious amounts of aromatics that they put into it. So you bite into it, it's like, wow, this thing actually has quite a bit of a kick, The rest of you are finishing down your lotus root, and again you taste the rock sugar, you taste like there's a bit of ginger in it, there's a bit of star anise in it, and you're not quite sure whether this guy is local at all, but it tastes pretty good. Like it has a kind of a soothing effect burns down your throat. And I know I'm describing this food way too much. I don't care.
Yes.
This is my passion. This is my game. So we move on. As you're moving down and you're starting to eat, you're trying to accumulate food down the path. Deduct, say another 40 copper pieces, right? And you make a meal of it, right? All kinds of food you have along the way. You pick and you eat. You take a mix of sweet and sour things. Just as you are approaching, so as the first hawker finishes his anti-foreigner spiel, you reach this. You reach the romantic wanderers. The romantic wanderers happens to be, one of them happens to look like he's a half orc, and the other one looks like he's a half elf. And the two of them are doing all kinds of shows, right? All kinds of performances, right? As you were walking up to them, one of them was actually doing like backflips, and he reels off maybe about 20-30 backflips before he pops up and does a tada motion, right? The other half elf, right, deploys what looks like a spear, and he does a qigong demonstration where he puts the point of the spear at his throat and he forces it down, and the spear actually does bend almost double by the time he's done with his performance, right? And then after that, they break out into a a performance, and they do a very quick they just kind of do dab their face like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And suddenly, the half elf has the painted face of Guan Gong, and the half orc has put on what looks like a paper mask, and you recognize the story. It's the story of Guan Yu fighting his way past the six passes, right? And every time they go through a mock fight, right? The half orc just swipes his face, and it changes into a different mask.
Mask painting.
Okay, I observe with great interest.
Yeah. So as you walk closer to the thing, then it suddenly once they finally conclude the story of Guan Gong, Guan Yunchang fights his way through the six passes, right? Five passes. Yeah, the 5 passes, and slaying the 6 generals, right? They bow, and then they say, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today, and we are so happy that you are here with us. Let us give you some of our musical compositions. And they go to the back, the stash of kind of like various stage props and instruments and what have you, knickknacks, right? And they one person pulls out an erhu, and another person pulls out a pipa, right? And they start playing some music, right? And the music is a little bit odd to your ears. Shall make me a performance check.
Okay. Performance. Okay. Sorry, let me roll it. 1d20, right? Let me see, where are you? Oh, okay. Unfortunately, that's a 1 plus 2, 3.
Okay, there's something very odd about the music, but you can't quite place it. Like there are certain notes that sound a little bit discordant to your ears, like they're off scale somehow. And they start singing, right? The first one of them starts singing about
Give me a second, I'll be back. Toilet.
Okay, no problems. And one of them starts singing a song, and they suddenly break into a duet about a song about wandering the streets of Xianxia, and having gone through the streets no fewer than 9 times, and they wandered the whole of Hubei to look for their lost love, right? The second song that they sing, which is also their own original composition, it sounds a little bit off as well. It's a ballad about their lover having fallen in love with somebody else, and them being brave and encouraging their lover to just break it off with them. And the third song about it, right, is a song about the guest people in a very shocking turn, and you see that the people, the minute the song starts, right, the people start going, what the heck is this? Why are these guys singing a song about the guest people, the cake, and because they, at this particular point in time, right, even the cake still have a kind of a bit of a stigma and a bad as outsiders. They don't have their own homes and all that, right? But they're singing about the song, and they're singing about them in very sympathetic passion, in this very sympathetic way about how they can tolerate anything just to find their new homeland. That they've gone through long migrant travel and stuff like that. And when it concludes, right, the entire group starts just goes claps and claps and claps and claps and claps.
Okay, I clap as well, and I take some cash and throw it into the. Is there a collection box?
Yeah, there is. They have the traditional in a gong, right? The gong that they use to attract attention. They pass the gong around, and people are just throwing in cash and what have you. They're throwing in the spare change, and it goes around, and it comes back to them. And what is going on here? Cuts through the crowd.
What is it?
It's probably some law enforcement that wants his cut.
Wow, you're very clever.
Yeah. It's such
It's
a
like
cliche.
it's wartime. Everyone's on edge, and some things remain the same.
One of the you see what looks like a corporal, a squad leader, a sergeant. You can't quite tell what it is lah. But he's coming up. He's obviously the ranking officer of this particular motley crew, and he's saying to you, the guys, hey, you have a license for this performance? And the orc he has this look of like, I really want to beat these guys up. So you see under his armor, you see his hand is already clenched into a fist, but his traveling companion just artfully interposes himself in between the two of them and says, sir, we just came down here. We are travelers, just we weren't aware that there was this need for it. Maybe if I can just help take you out for tea. And then he scoops up some cash. Scoops up some cash. He passes it to them, and the corporal just looks at the cash. He snatches the gong away from the hands of the half elf. And he says, this is confiscated. This is illegal money. Be thankful I don't throw you into prison.
Then Cang Tian kind of like leaves the party and kind of like starts moving in the direction. Let me know when I'm there.
You can easily break into the crowd. Nobody looks like they want to have anything to do. Are you going to cross the crowd line?
Yeah, I cross the crowd line. Yeah, and
Yifan and say, I think we should probably go with him.
Yeah.
then
I
put my is there a musical instrument on the floor? That's
it's here. It would be here. So let me just put a pack of something to indicate that there's shit on the floor. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I say to Yifan, wait, we better go after him. He might.
You follow behind. I'll try to like.
I'm a dangerous person. I may randomly spare people's lives.
Yeah. No.
Someone's life when I was looking.
And you can randomly.
And let life kill them slowly, second by second.
Strumming my bass with his fingers.
Actually, as Cang Tian and
Okay, so I will
Amu
actually
move forward, right?
put my hand on the I kind of like as I get close enough, I kind of break into kind of like a singing voice. But at first it's like it's a kind of the start. It starts with a song that's probably some kind of popular folk song, but it rapidly, once it gathered people's attention, becomes a sutra, and then every so often becomes a song. So if the guard was to interrupt me, then later it'll be religious persecution. Okay. So what happens is and then as that happens, I kind of put my hands on the orc and the half orc and half elf, and then I kind of put my hands on them and say we can don't worry about it. Money is hard to make, but finding good friends is harder. Would you like to have tea together now that everything's been confiscated? We can take an early off day.
You just as you're about to reach, right? You don't get to say anything to them yet. Make me a perform check.
Okay.
I need to see what their reaction is.
Okay. That's 7 plus 2, 9.
Okay. 9. The minute you start breaking into your song and sutra, it says, I just said this is unlicensed performance. The corporal turns to face you.
Then I look at the corporal and then I use my investigative acumen to realize, is this the kind that likes to bully people, likes to take bribes, or likes to do both?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
小混混
何方吹来的小混混 Okay. This is the things that we used to say to start fights. 小混混 Okay, so 17. Yeah.
He's 17, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, a bit of both. He is one of the very few law enforcement officers down here. He's totally getting off on his power, but he's also being exceptionally greedy. Even for tax got tax law. Jianghu has Jianghu rules, right? And if you're a soldier and all that, the unspoken kind of agreement is you take the bribe and go, right? You don't get between a man and his meal. This guy is pretty far out of line, at least by the rules of Jianghu lah.
Then he looks at me, I look at him, then I kind of like I continue with my performing voice and I say, sorry, this is the way I usually speak. Is there a problem, officer? Dang, 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 dang.
The guy comes up to you, are you mocking me? Huh? He walks up to you and he says, man, get this man arrested. And these two turn around and says, oh. And this guy slips forward, right? I didn't stat him out, but this looks like a good time to start rolling some dice. Okay, successful.
Hello.
Okay, he walks up to him, right, and suddenly this guy just falls to the ground, touching his stomach, and just and he says, and the orc just looks around, looking at like, what did I do?
And
nobody saw him move. He was like maybe about a good 5 feet clearance before he never even got close to him.
Is there another guard nearby? Or is this does he go alone?
He was up here by himself.
Okay.
And then
I turn around to everyone. Can I do some bullshittery?
Sure. They're stepping forward now.
Yeah, then later I brush out my sutras, my paper and my calligraphy, right? Then I say be careful, something just happened here. And then I'd say in a theatrical voice, there might be a curse. To everyone, as everyone here is our witness, I shall now exorcise this curse. To make sure that this curse is stopped, you need to stay here for, then I calculate the sutras, look at the sky, look at the sun, for 23 hours and 15 minutes. But if people also help him by using, what is the word in your language? P. If you pee on him, for every pee, he can stop 1 minute. Sorry, 1 hour. So only 23 p needed on him.
Okay.
I will write the sutra now. Then I put it on the guy on the floor. While this happens.
So the guy is on the floor, right? And he has I'm getting a feedback for some reason. Give me a moment.
I think it's Shao.
No, it's my monitor.
Just silence your teacher.
Hello?
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 Hello, Motorola? That's a very dated reference, but yeah.
Oh yes, it is quite dated.
Very dated. It wasn't the last one. Okay.
Hello?
Oh, no,
Okay, can ready.
Yeah, I can't hear Richard, I think. Let me see.
Wait,
Let me try. It's the time on the Discord night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Richard, I don't think I can hear you. Hi, Richard. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Me? Okay. Let me disconnect and reconnect. It's probably one of those
Dysfunctional thing.
Hello?
I'm watching this kind of amused, but I am looking out for other, actual drawings.
I am. after he said that, right,
Okay,
I'm sure
not
that
hero check.
nobody would want to pee on him.
I'll be
so
right back. I try to solve. I think there's some technical issues. I'll be right back.
Okay, we take a 2-minute break.
Yeah, but generally, Amu is not a fan of inviting too much attention or trouble at this point.
Yeah, then I would suggest that you move away from associating from Cang Tian and myself.
I kind of don't want to.
Hello? Hello? Okay, I got it. It's done, it's done. I have solved the issue. Yes. It depends on how well he makes his roll. I think the three of you are typical wuxia characters. No lah. You guys are a little bit more experienced than that. I think you guys are okay. So wait. It depends. Wait, you guys hold on for a while. Hold on for a while we wait for Shao to come back, because his roles will actually determine what's going on. But in the meantime, we have the audience, and thank you everyone for tuning in for this rather interesting act of where one of my play characters has decided that he's trying to convince a corrupt guard captain that he's been possessed, and the only way to save him is to pee on him. We are now awaiting eagerly the player to come back from his role, so that we can see whether or not his blatant bluff actually works. I don't know whether it will, but it will be interesting regardless. Because the DM knows you guys way too well and designs the encounters so that you guys will fall for the bait 100 out of 100% of the time. So dangle a bit of bait in front of you. Look, corrupt official. Look, innocent people in trouble. It's like, oh yeah, I am there. I am Cang Tian. Look at my CT. Yeah, somebody has to be that guy, I agree lah, but you know. No, I mean there are different ways to play it out, to be fair, right? Not every wuxia. Cang Tian, please make... Okay, wait, hang on. Before anyone does anything, Cang Tian, can you please make me either a deception roll at DC 12 or a performance roll at DC 15? Okay. Okay. This is quite funny. Hello, Wen, this is all your fault, okay? If they all get arrested, it's your fault. Well done. Well done. Okay, so the first guard, right, guardsman, right, that's already reached him, right, looks up at you, looks up at the guy, looks up at you and goes, so we pee on him? Okay. You whip it out, and Okay, more than 2 shakes is playing. Okay, you whip it out and you pee on him, and the guy sees like, yeah, he sees you, looks at you, right, and you looks like you're with your unhesitating like, yeah, let me just whip it out and just pee on him, right, and the rest of the people are like, who are like slowly trying to do the Homer Simpson and disappear into the hedge, right, they are all starting to get closer and closer. They're like, are these guys for real? And they're all starting to come in closer, and these guys are all starting to come in closer, right? And the all right looks at you, looks at him, looks at you, and says, "Yeah." And he starts whipping his out, right? And he's getting okay. So he's getting like he's getting the of, and then suddenly, right? What happens is the most amazing thing happens, right? People start forming an orderly queue. I can hear everybody just fine. If I can hear everyone, and the audio output seems to be working fine. It's one of those nights. Just happens to be one of those nights. Okay, and Yifan, once you're done, right, you move away, and you see the orc is also done, and he moves away as well. And the half elf looks at the two of you like, what the is going on? And then the orc just walks by him, and then he slaps him on the side of the head and says, "Hey, your turn." He's like, "What?" The half orc, the half elf just goes forward and goes, "You want me to pee on him?" And this guy is by now, he's completely sodden, right? And the queue just goes on and on, right? And pretty soon he's done as well, and he takes a step back and, surreptitiously retrieves the gong that is on the floor, and meanwhile the guards are surrounding him, and they're pinching their noses because the guy is starting to really, really smell, right? Where are you guys going after? Well, this small crowd has formed itself around this guy, waiting to take their turn to and the guards are all going like, yeah, come, you all better come and help, huh? Yeah, they're waving their spears around, and the guy, okay, yeah, they're actual spears. Oh no, sorry, they are waving their weapon. Yes. Okay, no, these guys. I was just about to say, right, there's no crowd. There's a kind of a half queue forming, and the guards that have actually, the city guards that have actually taken their turn, peeing on their commander, has actually is actually herding people towards the guy so that they can all like, hey, why? No, I don't want to. I don't want to do this, right? And they are like, no, you better go and do it, right? Oh, yeah, I don't. No, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. Is it? Okay, let me see what I can do. Rich, say something. Yeah, you're definitely muted. Hold on, huh? Hello? Rich, try again.
I mic test 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Rich, try again.
I mic test.
Okay,
Okay,
done.
mic test. Yeah, okay, I can hear.
Okay.
Yep, mic test 1 2 3.
It must have been one of the things that I did to cancel out the audio just now. Cancel out the feedback. It's fine. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah. So the queue is being formed. Everyone is forming the queue, and you guys are what? Just to refresh. Yifan, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, okay. So basically, as the guards are all going to Peony, I tried surreptitiously move away from all of them. I gesture to Cang Tian and Amu to just keep going to the end of the street, and I look towards the direction of the half elf and half orc. Are they looking towards us? Or?
The half orc is doing he's doing this. He's scratching his nose. And then he's kind of like pointing towards maybe in this direction. Towards this particular place here.
Sure. Not obviously not running to the place. Just look as though we are like leaving.
Yeah.
The
So
area
they are like
casually.
surreptitiously leaving as well, and in fact they've taken the lead, right? They've taken the lead to head towards the place, right? And
Yep.
the orc just walks in. The half elf spares half a glance behind you before he walks in, and I hope so. Despite my warnings against, do not enter the prefab, you guys have entered the prefab, so no choice. Okay, let me open the door. Ayah.
So I've got this problem. My laptop has started to warn me that it's on power. It's bad.
You can use Discord and on the mobile.
I can.
You just won't be on the camera lah. It's okay.
It drains battery really fast.
Yeah, it does. So unless you have a charger on the.
I can try this. Let me try this. I'll be back.
Sure. It's just a suggestion, right? And then you can download the DnD Beyond app on your mobile phone. And you can roll dice there.
This is one of those days, too many good things have happened to us, right? And in the span of a very short amount of time, and now we are just having to pay for it because too many good things have happened to us in a short amount of time.
It's okay.
No. This is called Singaporean Bloomberg COVID syndrome.
Singaporean Bloomberg COVID.
Okay, the minute we hit number 1, COVID cases. Okay. So by the way, anyone who is watching this stream, we are from Singapore, and very recently Bloomberg ran an article saying Singapore was number 1 in the world in managing all these things, and we are all like, oh, very good, but please don't jinx us. And sure enough, they jinxed us, and we now have many COVID cases. Well, not a lot lah, but enough to be concerned lah. Enough to be concerned. Enough that a lot of the freedoms that we've had so far had to be rolled back lah. So a little bit annoyed.
I think, Case, you shouldn't over-exaggerate the fact.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Why your lightning become so powerful?
Because now he has the laptop lightings to.
Okay,
Better camera.
you come into a small inn, right? It looks like a small, for lack of a better word, like a small restaurant at the bottom, enough for like 1, 2, maybe 3 tables worth of eating gas, right? And maybe about 2 or 3 rooms inside, and that's it. So it's a small ramshackle, and the sign on the outside says the Jade Blossom Inn, Yihua Lo. So this, I know it sounds like a a house of ill repute in China, but it is very, very much a legitimate
In.
So you go inside, right? There's practically nobody inside, right? Nobody's eating inside the inn, but the 2 of them have managed to get a table, and they are speaking very surreptitiously to the owners, right? And they dig in there and they give them some cash, and the owner, who is a matronly lady, looks about mid-40s, is human, heads back to the kitchen, and it looks like she's busy preparing something. So you take the table. There are nobody, and there's no other guests that you can see in this particular place. And I will close the door. Right.
That's what civilized people would do. Yeah.
He says the orc in particular stands up, right? He clasps Cang Tian's arm. He offers a warrior's handshake to Cang Tian.
Okay.
And he grasps your hand in a warrior handshake and says, "I cannot thank you enough for what you've done. You've saved us from many days of a hungry belly. That was very well done. I am Lang Ziqing. This is my brother Lang Ziyi. Brother is, in this particular, just so that you know, a brother can mean not brother by blood, but brother by affiliation, by travel, by, this is my Xiongdi. This is my brother.
So it's literally Wanderer Qin and Wanderer Yi.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why they are
Okay.
the romantic wanderer, 情义浪子.
I see.
Yes.
And it could be a stage name, by the way.
Yeah, but this is Jianghu, so who cares what their real name is?
Yeah, who cares what their real name is?
No, he says.
True.
He says, I am. Lang Ziqing. This is Lang Ziyi, and we are very grateful to you for your help.
I hold my hand out and say,
I am
there's
not potato.
no-
I am not potato.
yeah, I know.
Sorry.
It's nothing. It's just common courtesy for a bypasser.
No.
Trying to translate a Chinese idiom.
Not-
路到不平拔刀这样。
Yeah, not many will stop to aid travelers like us, even if you are travelers yourselves.
Well.
Please, this meal is on us. It's the least we can do.
Definitely.
If you don't mind me asking, you look somewhat unusual to be traveling into Xiangyang. What you can tell me, by all means, you can tell us that this is none of our business, but what's the deal, man? The half elf is just looking suddenly like, oh my god, my brother has done this again.
Amo is doing a very similar thing, and I'm saying, you know what? These two don't look like they sell meat or pork or anything of that nature.
Yes. I
He says, then to which the half elf glances up and says, "Wait, you're looking for butcher roll?"
Yes. Why?
The two of them look at each other and they give each other a mutual, huh. As they turn to look at you and go, we work for him sometimes. Sometimes.
I see. So you also sell pork?
No, not quite. You, first of all, you have to understand. You do understand that Butcher Rong is just his name, right?
Yes.
That he doesn't.
You mean the first name is Butcher?
No, it's this thing that people, you know, they have this.
It's a Tianghu.
Yeah, you know, they give each other nicknames, right? So.
Oh, you mean he has a reputation for killing, which is why he is the Butcher?
Oh, I
He
think
used to make mincemeat out of his opponents. Get it?
Oh, but now he sells pork, right?
No.
Oh,
What the?
that's
hey, this
And
is the steel,
in a
feathered and feathered armor, alright?
in a completely straight face, right? The half orc goes, no, he doesn't sell pork, not in the slightest.
Oh,
Yeah, so it took me a while to figure out also, actually. But my friend tells me, my brother tells me that he doesn't actually sell pork. No.
Yes. So,
So
is there a way to?
so he makes the pork and he sells it? That someone else sells it?
no. This is just his old nickname. But it's
I
stuck,
see.
you know. It's
Okay.
like, you know, sometimes, you know, once, you know, if you're very very good at pickpocketing this, you know, these people, then they will call you like the 1,000-hand Buddha, but doesn't mean that you become a Buddha, right? Ha 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 ha. The two of them start laughing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, right.
I guess it's that we bump into you because since Butcher Rong is not actually a butcher, it saves us a lot of visits to abattoirs and slaughterhouses.
It's I mean, it is fate, it is destiny. That's the only way we can explain it, you know. Friends are always hard to make and very very much appreciated. Always.
Definitely.
What is your name? Monk from, he looks at you. West Tibet? Persia maybe as far as?
Yes, further off
All the way.
by yes, all the way to here. My family has made a habit of coming to your lands ever since the time of the Great Tongue. My name is my monastic name here is Cang Tian, and I am a simple bookseller. But as you all know, I'm a simple bookseller as Butcher Rong is a butcher. Then later, Cang Tian smiles. Cang Tian nods with a smile in his eye, thinking his eye. And
Amo looked at Cang Tian and, you've never sold me any books.
it's like, you don't look like the type that will be interested in the books I'll be selling.
Oh,
Like, you know, then, but if you're interested, then Cang Tian takes up the. Okay. Then then Cang Tian nods and says, "These are my friends." Then he motions over at Amu.
He looks, they both look at Amo expectantly.
Yeah,
I'm just Amu. That's it. No, I do not sell wood or anything like that.
Precisely.
he's
Precisely,
a regular comedian. That one.
He
Yeah,
says, you... I will ask once. You can tell me whatever truth you choose to reveal to us, not our business. What is a traveler carrying so much firepower?
Well, if the traveler's walking a dangerous road,
Yeah, so travelers generally don't choose to walk dangerous roads.
I thought we didn't exactly have a choice on what road we take.
You always have a choice of what road you take. That is the That is the way. It is the Tao. You always have a choice. You don't have a choice of the consequences, but you always have a choice of the road.
Which is why we are looking for butcher room. Because we are
and
carrying
you're
too much firepower.
your friend. And you. Your name.
I gesture. My name, in a scholarly bow, is Yifan. I am sometimes scholar, sometimes practitioner of the arts martial.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
The lady comes up and she puts out water, a few plates of food. There's fish, there's tofu, there's noodles. All sets out. They all set out the thing, and then she pulls out a ceramic jar of wine, sets out a few bowls, right, and then she starts pouring. The wine is red in color. The aroma of hits your nose. It's very very decent wine.
Okay. Then
And she nods to the two of them, and she walks back to the work area.
Awesome. So, as you mentioned, you sometimes work for Butcherong, so you know how to find him.
Yeah, so he's in the mercantile quarter, and the camera pans out, and he says, down the street, last house to the west.
Okay.
You will be able to find him there.
Awesome.
He is, however, not looking to speak to anyone. So I really hope you have pre-arranged business with him.
Amu gets up.
What? I look at Amu. What?
Amu sits down. I thought we were going.
Have a meal, eat our fill. It's the best.
Oh,
It's the best we can. It is not polite to when people offer food and you leave without eating.
Yes, he's not.
okay. It's not as. And then Amu takes the bowl closer to him and says, "Yeah, it's not as though we're doing anything time sensitive like saving lives or anything like that."
Yes, it doesn't. It has not. We didn't fail to notice. What's wrong with the child?
It's inflicted by
let me just say,
suffered a severe injury.
May I take a look, if you don't mind?
I look at him. Can I roughly gauge whether they are cultivators?
You can.
I look at him and, do you happen to go by Physician Chin or something as that as well?
I have a little bit of talent in many different places. Let's just put it that way.
aka Bob.
Sanren?
Funny you should mention it. So as he is reaching out to take the pulse of the child, right? The orc reaches into his erhu, right? And what he does is he yanks it, right? And it suddenly dismantles into it kind of like breaks apart a little, and he slowly reassembles it, right, into what looks like a metal umbrella.
That's quite cool.
Yes, it is. It is a trademark of our brand of cultivation. We are the loose cultivators. We believe that there is no one true path to cultivation. All rivers lead to the sea. Always lead to the Tao. And because of that, we learn a little bit of everything.
But it doesn't make you good at anything.
But it makes us good. It makes us somewhat good at a whole bunch of things.
Okay.
And in between, if you think of it this way, young Amu, life, the most fertile fields, are between where the river flows, are the points where the river floods. That is where we find our cultivation. Who is to say that your cultivation would be better than mine? Who is to say that digging deep will find you the diamond, but digging wide will not?
I would agree with you. Everybody has their own cultivation methods.
Everyone has a way to the Tao.
So you are pretty enlightened.
We have to be. It is a trait. The loose cultivators like us cannot afford to be close-minded.
Very interesting. So you basically pick up a skill here, a technique there.
And then we try to make it a coherent whole. A little bit here, a little bit there. We pick up things and make it our own. And then we forge our own path. From there, who knows? The world is wide. There are always many. There's always a town to visit. There is always an inn to drink fine wine. Beyond the hill, there is always a next paddy field. We are the loose cultivators.
In that case,
Does it also mean you stay out of trouble? Because that'll be nice.
We don't try to find trouble, but the nature of the loose cultivators is that trouble always tends to find us. We are alternately looked up upon and blamed for all kinds of things.
Huh.
Because they do not have any backing.
Because the Four Oceans is our home.
in that case, would you be let us perhaps share some of our approaches to cultivation, since you are then later Cang Tian says, well, on my own path, it is quite often that monasteries get destroyed and all the knowledge within them disappears and are scattered to the many winds. So I was thinking, why not make some backups and let the information and art spread. If I was to teach you a little bit of the arts of the Ahat, perhaps that will not only help your own way, but also help the path of the Ahat as well.
We are open to learning anything. And this guy, right, he's taking the pulse of his and then he sniffs for a while. He sniffs, and then he looks at who is holding Bai Cao Xian's backpack? Who's holding Bai Cao Xian?
I'll show Amu because Amu has highest strength.
No, but
Yup.
Amu's holding the child.
He
No, I was holding Bai Cao Xian, not the child.
Oh, who was holding the child then?
I think it will probably be me then.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I remember you said that Amu was supposed to be interacting
Yeah,
with the
like,
child, so I assumed that you were holding the
Yeah,
child.
because you make your alibi look less sus.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I'll be
Uh,
You
holding.
want that? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Okay.
Then Amu is carrying the child, and then Cang Tian will be carrying the Bai Cao Xian.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so he's turning to the backpack. And he looks with a very amused look at Cang Tian's back, and then he turns to look at you all, like, you are fortunate indeed. I will not make a fool of myself in front of a master.
Say like I look over at the backpack, and when the person said master, do I feel the backpack? There's a sudden beam of like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, nah, he doesn't beam lah. He's like, he feels a bit grumpus. Like, he's like, what the hell is this guy doing? And why is he
Okay.
down there? And why is he doing that? But he does say, I'm surprised this child is still alive. Where do you plan to take him? I can say with no uncertainty that there is no doctor in this entire city that has a cure for him, not even Butcher Rong.
We don't.
We are Wudang San.
You're going up Mount Wudang. He looks at Song Yifan and he says, I understand now. And I understand why you're looking for Butcher Rong. He says, he thinks for a while and says, brother? He nods. If you don't mind, we'll be happy to help you along the way.
That's most excellent. You can help us get in touch with Master Wrong and to expedite things along, to help us get out quietly and quickly as Master Travelers.
He also says, Master Physician. He's saying this to no one in particular. If you would be so kind as to leave a prescription, let my brother and I find the things that you need to alleviate the child's burden.
I take the writing kit and put it in the backpack.
And you feel some frantic scribbling in the backpack, like you feel that like it's jerking around a little bit. And,
The prescription paper.
and then suddenly poof!
I wrote 3 + 2 5 for my whistling, totally not sus way. No, do. This is the thing.
La, 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 la. I'm totally not suspicious. He looks at the prescription and he says, and then he shares it with his with the half orc, right? Lang Ziqing. He looks at it. It's like there's no way that they will can get maybe 2 of the 3. Will they be strong enough though? I don't know. I mean, maybe. Depends on the skill.
I look at them and say, how much will it cost?
It will be expensive. We can probably get it to you for a good price. It's not the price that's the issue though. You know of the 8 Silks Manor, yes?
Let me guess. There's one of these plants that's only inside the 8 Silks Manor, and they're not likely to sell it because it's a unique special garden.
Close enough. There's a fruit that your physician has asked us for. It's called the Bodhi fruit.
Oh, okay.
And it is, I wouldn't quite say rare. I would say the right word is monopolized.
Yeah,
It's currently being monopolized by the 8 Silks Hall in an effort to drive in order to drive the 8 Treasures Hall out of business. They have been at it for years. The 8 Treasures Hall doesn't seem to be going out of business anytime soon. They are very reputable and their goods are of decent quality at affordable prices. The problem though is that the 8 Silks Hall seems to have an unlimited purse to play with. They've been taking losses for years, but somehow they still are hell-bent on getting the 8 Treasures Hall from, and they're still at it. And their recent effort has been to monopolize this Bodhi fruit. I mean, there are ways of getting it, of course. These are the only 2 places to buy them, but they are not the only 2 places to obtain them.
Sorry guys, is my video on?
Yeah,
No.
it's on.
I don't see it. I don't.
Because I looked on Twitch and I didn't see my video.
No, it wasn't on until I clicked onto it.
Oh, okay.
Never mind, it's okay.
I have, before we talk about the obtaining, I heard some some hearsay about the Eight Silks medicine hall being is it run by, or is it recently acquired by people from outside the Central Plains?
It's true that they are from outside the Central Plains. What is not clear is exactly where they are from. My brother and I have traveled far and wide. And when I say this, I don't mean to boast, but we have traveled as far. We have traveled both ends of the Silk Road. We have been far south to where the land meets the ocean.
What's on the other end of the Silk Road?
Men, tall men with skin pale, with hair of different colors, mostly
Like Yifan?
like Yifan, but I'm assuming that that's somewhat of, not going to ask, right? Yes, like Yifan,
Okay.
but more reddish than blondish, than golden. Sorry. So
Wow.
The legendary red hair barbarians.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that they are anything but barbarians. They have their own culture, their own language, their own songs, their own stories. They worship gods. They worship gods that philander like you wouldn't believe.
Okay.
Yes. Then Cang Tian says, I hear that some of them, like one of them, is a god of lightning who also becomes a bird to take rights. Then later Cang Tian kind of like thinks about his Bactrian mythology a little bit, and probably some translation issues about the swan was gone, and basically make some small talk about traveling on faraway lands.
Yeah, so they have a serious amount of bona fides, right? As in they have traveled far and wide. But they say, I do not know where these travelers are from. We have traveled far. We have visited virtually everywhere we can within our lifespans. We are not spring chickens, let's just put it that way. And even then, we cannot place our finger on where these people come from, and it worries me. Their motives worry me as well.
Outlanders?
Perhaps not of this world, who knows? There are many worlds out there from the stories we've been told. An infinite number of worlds, of which ours is only a small pearl. If we believe the stories, there are travelers from the heavens realm, from the beast realms.
Says cough because I know deception, so cough. The heavenly watcher says cough. Yeah.
So
yes. Well, that worries me a little as well, because it seems as though your guards of this city are looking out for the guards of this city. Besides harassing innocent entertainers, are also looking on the horizon, perhaps for soldiers, perhaps for invading army. If there's a group of wealthy people here who are buying up important medicinal goods before an impending military engagement, that does seem pretty suspicious to me. Like a trade war right now wouldn't be helpful for anyone, except perhaps an invader.
And that's the least harmful reason that our imaginations can come up with.
That's the best case scenario. Yeah.
After looking around the rest of the inn, Amo turns to them and says, we do look pretty suspicious.
Yeah, not say I want to say, but the three of you are really, I tell you what, let me do you a favor. He pulls out from his
the makeover.
The kit, right? And he pulls out like three they look like ropes, okay? They look like the kind of ropes that you just throw over yourself, and you will look like Brand X person from the Song Empire. As long as you don't have like completely outrageous features, it is designed to make you look dull.
Okay.
And he pulls out 3 of them from his pack, right? And he just tosses them to you. These should be roughly your size. The child I can't do anything about.
So now we go from 3 strange people who look like we've kidnapped a child into 3 nondescript people that look like we've kidnapped a child. It's okay. I think that's an upgrade.
That's you take what you can get, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes.
Especially now that we have this. So actually, what is the body fruit for? Like, what's its medical applications? Why is the silk Hall in such a tizzy to monopolize this?
So the body fruit by itself doesn't do anything. What it does is that it's a harmonizer. So when you take a number of disparate functions, what you normally do is you add the body fruit in there to kind of blend the whole thing, to make the whole concoction kind of put together, and you hear a slight like rumbling sensation in your backpack, like a bit of fuming. The backpack.
And I kind of like, you want to say anything? I can whisper.
I do.
There's no body in there.
Aha.
Yeah. So what wisdom share us?
He bites our says, "Can I come out and just tell him off?"
I mean, like, nicely, you know.
Why don't you tell it to one of us and we'll translate it for you?
Yeah, you can shout at me.
He mutters to you, "The body fruit does that, but it doesn't just make things blend together. It is a transformation cycle, like the wuxing, like yin yang. So when you add the correct ingredients together, what it does is it creates a movement."
All right. So then I kind of like turn and say, the great physician has decided to share his wisdom with you with the loose cultivators. The body fruit does indeed do that, as you have said. But the principle by which it works is it follows elemental harmonies. It causes a transformation cycle. The great physician hopes that you will learn from this.
He thinks about it for a while, and he looks at the child and says, "How did the boy get injured?"
It was a great and terrible attack by a spirit of by a being not of this world, a wet and squamous creature.
Squamous, that's a name I have not heard in a while. Sorry, I'm going to shift out because I need to move something over.
Then Cang Tian basically says, also continues to say, so if I understand what the 8 silks are doing is they're taking control of the body fruit, which is like the carrier to harmonize all the other things so they can control all the other resources. If I don't have to go around selling all the other things, I can sell the plain harmonizer. I can control the market. That also means that I can control the healing that takes place in the city and the monk things themselves. He's thinking out loud.
Both of you, 3 of you, please make perception checks.
Can someone roll for me? It's a little bit inconvenient for me at the moment.
Okay.
I can roll for you, no problems.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, this dice is actually, I think, is stilted because I rolled 5 times and 3 times the 7s. And mine is 11.
Perception dice. There you go. 8. You can see in the log.
You don't see shit.
Okay. Okay. Mine is 11.
11. Okay, can. Nothing. Okay. He says, that is nasty internal energy that you have in there. It's causing...
I gesture to him and say, Not here.
You didn't hear anything or see anything?
No. As in, I don't want him to talk about anything about any more about the child.
Okay. Well, you know, so he says, okay. So,
I'm not worried about the thing is that he's talking too much about something that we want to keep hidden.
okay.
We already have told him too much, but you know that's besides the point.
Yeah, it's besides the point. But we are
But
He
trying
says, alright, then what I can do is this. You guys can stay here for a while. I can go and find Ucharong. Or we can all leave together and I can take you to him while we go and look for your medicine. Which one would you prefer?
I think let's all head together. I think staying here would make my friends, will make our legs restless.
Alright. Okay, as you walk out, Kia, these guys are gone. They are not actually dead lah, but you know, apparently the only way I can get rid of them is to kill them, so...
Oh no!
Yay!
I feel the EXE flying and osmosis over to Richard.
Okay, so I'm just gonna port you guys over here. I'll drag you over one at a time lah. Okay.
There isn't a group option.
There is lah, but it's very legit to activate and I don't want to. Besides, I like playing with my tokens one at a time.
Did not come out right, but
No, it came out exactly the way I wanted to.
Have you heard of the Imperial Guard? You should play the Imperial Guard while you play tokens from right?
Okay, and he leads you there, leads the three of you there, and they leave. And while you are there, please make me another perception check.
Roll for me, please.
Okay.
Perception 15.
12 for me.
Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yifan notices that along the way,
Mm-hmm.
you notice that on the rooftop, there are several black cats following you, rooftop to rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
They are not. So just to be clear, right? They are not. They are not following you on the roads. They are following you by jumping rooftop to rooftop.
Okay.
Okay, so you spotted one on the ground on the streets just now,
Mm-hmm.
and you almost got tripped over. You almost tripped over one. There's another one that seems to be following you on the rooftop. And you're not entirely sure, you think maybe there's a third one, but the third one has gone.
Okay.
Okay?
And
And it feels a bit suspicious because they seem to be innocent looking, but too much of a coincidence. They first of all, they're all black.
Mhm.
They're almost always black. And sorry, no, they're the three. You've seen three different black cats already, and they seem to be taking a path that's kind of paralleling where you guys are going.
Yep. So along the way, what's going to happen?
No, you only realize this as you reach.
Okay. No problem. Do they look like familiars or do they look like animals?
You can't
Familiars
tell.
look like animals.
How do you
No,
tell a
but they are
familiar with from an
spirit.
animal?
They are more spirit-like than they are animal-like.
You can't tell the difference just by looking at them.
Okay, can, no problem.
You actually need like detect magic or some shit, right?
No, even then.
Oh really?
Yeah, or divine sense would be able to do it, but divine sense has to be within 60 feet. And they are way away from 60 feet. Your owl is here, by the way. I have a token for your owl.
Yay!
Coffee. So where does Coffee want to go?
Coffee is just going to follow me. It's going to stay in my backpack.
Okay. So I can kill him for the time being.
Yeah.
Actually, you could use Coffee to fly overhead to see what the cats were up to, right?
I could. I send Coffee out, flying overhead to see what they are looking at.
Okay. Coffee is now flying overhead. This is the cool part about it. You see the cats, but they seem to be perched in their position right now. They are cleaning themselves, they are grooming themselves. One of them seems to be settling down for a nap.
Okay. I would perch the Coffee up on top of the one of them there. Yeah, just as a way to like have an angle for both of the to see both of them.
Okay. So
And
Coffee.
then I look at both Cang Tian and
Mo.
Amu. I think we are being followed, but I don't know from.
We are?
I said
Yes, we are. Of course, we're
I look around.
you can't see them. They are black cats.
Oh. We're followed by cats.
Yes.
Okay.
Well-
I can't determine who their masters are, but I think we should be careful.
All right.
There used to be a cat back in my village, and I don't think anyone's really a master of a cat. Just for the record.
Yeah, the cat is the master of the person, right?
Yes.
Oh, apt.
So, oh well. In any case, just be careful. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, then I can keep a. I can't. Is the child being carried by?
Lomo.
By
Be carry
Lomo,
Lomo.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, so like I can like look and can keep a closer eye on the child, in
Okay.
case it disappeared or whatever. And
Okay.
also I fall to my ginseng backpack in case we get ginseng mapping.
Your ginseng backpack. Okay.
Yeah.
No problems. So you walk. Are you knocking on the door? The door is actually initially closed.
Yeah.
Nobody seems to be home.
It's the polite thing to do.
Hey, I took the wrong. I took the
Amu
wrong
is
figure.
standing out there with his backpack like that and just, standing like a couple of feet away from the door while you guys do your thing.
Okay.
I just realized that I took the wrong figurine. Ha ha ha. Let me go and find Rick. Sorry.
Oh no, mistaken identity.
Oh no.
Mistaken identity. He mistook me
Again?
for an orc. How could you? Sworn enemies, orcs and elves.
It's like the child in the shopping center that took the wrong person's hand. Yeah.
Oh, GG.
Hey, that to me is like the worst nightmare ever. Okay, I still have nightmares of it. Okay, like if anything happens to my kids, that would be like. Okay. Okay, you knock on the door. There is no answer at first. You knock again. The door opens a crack. There is a very prosperous looking individual behind the door. You can see from the face. He's very portly gentleman. He says,
Hello.
"Who are you? What do you want?"
Incapably sent us.
Who?
No, it's Master Wang sent us, right?
Master Wang?
From the wait.
No,
Not innkeeper Lee.
That
He
is
has
for-
said he said something very specific.
Master Wang is the Lotus. Master Wang are the Lotus sellers, right?
no.
no.
Master Wang is the Lotus seller.
Oh, Lotus seller. This one is the.
I did not take down notes for that one. Oops.
Dun dun dun. Everybody roll intelligence. Raw intelligence.
Roll for me, please. It's just a D20.
Rich, can you do the rolling?
Nice.
Oh,
Never mind, I'll do it.
I got a crit.
You got a crit, 1000 hand lead.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Oh yeah, 1000 handy.
Yeah lah, all of y'all
Oh,
no
yes.
keeping lah. Everybody
1000.
see the
So
queen of
it's a big note off. I'm taking note. I'm drawing conspiracy theory about the medicine control. I'm seeing a big pharma. You see.
So you had a lot of troubleshooting to do tonight.
Yeah. Is the trouble dead after you shoot it?
Yes, it is. Now I'm monitoring my phone battery.
Same thing. I was actually on my phone just now. Now my laptop managed to reboot, so I'm back to a laptopless. Away from laptopless world. So I got a crit.
I can't wait till tomorrow when I get my computer fixed.
1000 hand lead.
1000 Henley sent us.
He says, what? Come in.
Then we go in now.
He bids you to go up the stairs.
We walk up.
Okay, sorry, the tokens need a bit of maneuvering. I just realized.
You know, it's
Hard
so
to get to the
annoying that
second
my
floor, right?
headphones port connects to the same charging port.
Oh,
Easy.
Sorry, you broke up a little bit.
Yeah, my headphones port connects to my charging port.
so I think the answer is we should need to drink less wine, especially sweet wine like pop.
Tisk!
Hmm.
Okay, you know what? I will stop messing around with this because it's all role playing anyway. Okay lah. I don't get to play with my toy. Anyway, okay, so this is what happens. He takes you to one of the rooms, right? He closes the door behind him. And then he sits down on a chair. There are papers. See, the room is a right mess, right? He's got papers. He's got little pouches. He's got open boxes all around him. Just massive amounts of disarray. The man is a portly gentleman, right? I mean, all of y'all know what Butcher Rong is supposed to look like because you've seen the movies, but he's a large, he's like easily weighs 200-300 pounds. He's 5 foot, maybe 8. He's a big man, but he's not all fat, right? A lot of it is muscle. And he sits down and, you know, with his hand, his half sleeve outfit, right? He's got a dragon on one hand, tattooed on one hand, a tiger tattooed on the other. Investigator's eye.
Wow, this guy got dragon, got tiger.
Yes, so he used to be a gang enforcer of some sort. The symbolism is that he used to be a gang enforcer of some sort lah. So he sits down and then he cracks his neck, right? And he says, "What happened to the bastard now?"
Well, actually, he is asking. We're asking for your help, and he was the one who recommended us to you rather than the other way around. So
We're looking to go to Wudang San.
Then go to Wudang Shan. What does that have to do with me?
then I take out the.
His eye gets drawn towards the child.
I say.
He looks at you. Why is Xiang here? What happened to him?
I say, the innkeeper has requested for us to bring Xiaoxiang to
Xiaoxiang.
Wudang because Xiaoxiang has been injured, has a terrible injury that can only be healed by a doctor in Wudang. So
He reaches out.
We're trying to save his life.
He reaches out with a softness and warmth that you didn't expect from him. He's like, "May I?"
Yes, please do.
He reaches out, carries the child, right? Cradles him. His arm is big and beefy enough to kind of like hold him in a 2-year-old in one arm, and that's no mean accomplishment lah. I mean, he's a dwarf, but still no mean accomplishment. He brings him over and he puts his hand on his forehead and
Wait,
closes.
Butcher Rong's a human, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's human looking,
Okay.
right? But he's unusually hirsute. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
He strokes his hair and says, "My God, child's badly injured. What the hell happened?" He looks underneath the clothing. What happened to him?
So,
I look at the two of them and I say, he got hit by a demon, pretty much.
yes, that's
Yes.
what.
A demon?
Yep.
What? Why was he anywhere near a demon?
He was abducted. Maybe it looked tasty. I don't know.
What happens is that the demon came to take him. We have killed the demon, but we cannot cure the injury. So we'll need your help.
Well,
He
I
scratches
have
his
to
head
just-
like, okay, sorry, you can only use one hand. Ah, I need 10,000. It's now my problem. He looks on. He's the son of one of our departed brothers. Can't ignore the problem, but the problem is big, man. Oh,
Yeah,
Ah.
so we can bring him to Wudang San and deal with the problem, but we need help.
yeah, so there is a problem. The
What is the problem? You could tell us. And
so
we can see.
the problem is this, okay? Business is bad, and I sorry, can you hold the baby? I cannot posture properly holding the baby with one hand. Can you please hold the baby for
Okay.
me?
I take the baby.
I take the baby back, right?
Not baby lah, it's a child, right? It takes the
The
child.
boy. I
The boy.
take the boy back.
Okay. He suddenly puts his hands on his thighs and kind of puffs up a little bit, right? Walao, that 1,000-hand Lee, he get me into trouble again, no. All the times he go and choose to do this type of thing, he go and choose to get his kid injured now. Bloody
I don't think he chose for this to
you
happen.
don't know 1,000-hand Lee. The man is bad luck like you wouldn't fucking believe, okay? You know, back in the day when I was running with him, walao, I tell you, the man rolls more ones, I will leave the second part of the sentence incomplete. But we all know who you're referring to.
Okay. We get the idea. Look, can you help?
Maybe,
Perhaps
Maybe.
we could help.
maybe. But it's a dangerous route, not gonna lie to you. Look, the best route that you can take, right? There is a river tributary that will shave your journey by at least 3/4. It will shave your journey by something like 7 days because the river is flowing in the right direction. Hey, Fizz! Hi! Raid party!
Thanks for the raid.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Fizz. So, hey, I just want just to set the scene, right? And they found themselves in a well-known smugglers headquarters, hideout. And the smuggler is basically explaining to them why their cakewalk mission is not a cakewalk. Yeah, Fizz, I love Talespire. I've run so many games. I'm running, like, this is my second session on it, and it is so gorgeous. It is so amazing. I'm putting together maps like you wouldn't believe. It's so amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, liking it is an understatement. Everybody here knows, like, it's my third child now, right? I have 3 children. I have my 2 normal children, and I have Talespire.
Yeah. We agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I am absolutely happy to show it to you. Yeah. I mean, I'll show you some of the things. Like, I mean, the most important thing is to be able to control the perspective of it. Anyway, back to the game. So he says, okay, so I don't know whether it's coincidence, bad luck, or there's some kind of person out there, right, that has it out for me. But the smuggling lanes are all being hit.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, one time is okay lah. You know, 2 times is okay lah. But you know, every bloody week, you know. Every bloody week.
What's
What are you smuggling in or out?
Anything I can find. Valuables in this area. This is an important city. This is the new border. Because hey, you living in a hole for the last 20 years or something, is it?
kind of?
Well, okay.
This is the border city between the Jing and the Song, if I'm not wrong.
Yes. So there are things up north that you can only get up north. There are things down south you can only get down south. And this, being the border city, is a place where the roads and the rivers meet. Understand.
Yes.
Okay, so the problem right now is that the borders and the roads are being attacked like you wouldn't believe. And I cannot believe it's a coincidence, but every week there's something. 2 weeks ago I had a shipment go out north towards the north, towards Jin territory, right? It got hit by random lizard man band, you know. Lizard man up north, what kind of joke is that? It's so freaking cold. They are cold-blooded, what, right? At least I think they're cold-blooded, right? Are they cold-blooded? No.
Yes.
From the backpack.
From the backpacks. Okay.
And
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
And then the river, right? And suddenly, when we were transporting by the river, we got hit by those, you know, those fishy guys, I don't know what they're called, but the fish devils, The fish devils came up and they ate every one of my smuggling crew. Now I'm even finding problems trying to get someone to join the goddamn band, no.
Troglodytes?
I don't know what they're called, but they look like fish,
Oh. Okay.
Sahwagin.
I don't
Out
know
of
whether
character.
they're Sahua or Sihua or Gohua I don't know but they're just fish devils
Okay.
So you're saying that we can cut our time by 3/4, but we're going
By
through.
1 week, you know, by going through the boats. But I'm not confident that you won't get attacked on the boats. It's not safe. And
Well, we're not exactly unused to encounters as such. We have dealt with bandits. We've dealt with worse. All we need to know is where to go.
If you get a few more crew, the
I-
3 of us will process your crew to defend this rock.
I can get maybe one more. Maybe one more at most. Once we get on that boat, you're on your own, man. This much I will do for 1,000 Henley lah. I can afford to lose. One more. I owe him that much.
Don't think about doing it for 1,000 Henry, but think about it. Think about it as doing it for Xianxia, don't you think?
Fucker lah you.
How about I stop. How about Lan Ziqing and Lan Ziyi?
He raises an eyebrow. How the fuck did the two of you? How the fuck did you meet up with those two jokers?
Well, if anything, I think they owe Cang Tian a little bit of a favor.
We had a bit of a pissing contest, and they proved to be the superior pissers.
They are quite the pissers actually. They're not bad actually.
Yeah, extremely good.
Not bad lah, not bad lah. I mean, okay lah, they're not the best fighters in the world lah, but you can definitely find worse lah. And they're not that sway lah. That's the good thing.
I agree. So with the additional crew plus Lang Ziqing and Lang Ziyi, we have 6.
Yeah, I'm still worried lah.
I think 6 is sufficient for us to make the trip.
The thing is, I don't know, no. I mean, the reports are quite bad, no. If you want to do it, it's on you lah. And
I look at the two. I look at my two companions and I say, I don't think we have a choice, right? So
We don't.
how long was the boy going to last?
Well,
We are trying our very best to. We have some prescriptions.
How long is the prescription going to preserve his life?
I turned and looked at the backpack behind Cang Tian, expecting an answer from being coughed up behind it.
Don't know.
struck.
That's the truth. I've never encountered this much of a conflict. To be honest with you, the child should be dead by now.
Whatever it is.
Hey, you got something in your backpack ah? Can talk one ah?
This kind of thing, don't look too much, later sway.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Talk in the language, okay? Persuasion.
Your DC is 12.
12, 16. It's
Well
not
done.
little.
He says, it must be 1,000 Henleys, right? One of 1,000 Henleys stupid ideas, right? I better not say. You carry his sway around, you are very good. Yeah, clever. Okay, I go and make arrangements. You all meet tomorrow. Meet tomorrow here. Okay?
Okay.
You all have a place to stay tonight.
not yet. Do you recommend somewhere?
I recommend you don't stay here. That's all I recommend.
Your recommendation.
I suggest we head back to the same inn that we met. Lang
Well,
Ziqing and Lang Ziyi.
I think then I can whisper over to Yifan. If you see we're being watched, then they know where we came from. It might not be so good to hear that. They may really make arrangements to ambush them.
True.
So-
We can always just randomly pick a random inn, tell Butcher Rong where we are staying, and inform the inn where Lang Ziqing and Lang Ziyi is.
I look at Butcherong. And I say, hey, actually, wait, did Yifan tell us about the cats?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes. So I look at Butcherong and do the cats in this place have a tendency to follow people?
He looks, his eyes just widen. You let them here! You fucking idiots! Get out now! Get out!
What are they?
Ah! He says as he packs you up and rushes you down he rushes you down the room and he takes and he goes down to the basement, right? And there's this
I
metal grill.
refuse to move, and I keep saying, what are they?
They are the Imperial Inspectors, you morons!
What?
They are the Black Cat Squad! Don't you know the saying? It doesn't matter if it's a white cat or a black cat. The cat that catches the rat is the good cat.
Deng Xiaoping is here.
Hey, we got no audience from China, right?
Yeah. Later we get like the anti-dungeon inspection.
It's okay, it's okay. This is the Chinese channel for the people that probably are not from China, lah. I mean, otherwise we will be speaking a lot more Mandarin, I would expect, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but this is Chinese culture for non-China, and these people will probably own us in culture anyway. So anyway, Black Cat Squad is here. They're shape changers. These are people who have special powers. They're cat spirits, right? That they're bound into the service of the Empire.
Time out. At this point, you're giving me imagery of these people who turn into cats when they lick their own balls.
Well, I mean, they get paid in like rats and milk sauces. I mean, they need to have some perks, right?
Okay.
It is what it is.
I quickly switch to the perspective of my owl of coffee.
Okay. The black cats are actually making a move away.
Okay.
They're moving away?
They're moving away.
I look at them. Okay, they are moving away. We should quickly get out of this place and.
It may not be necessarily a good or a bad sign. It's just they're moving away. Just pointing out.
If the Imperial forces are already onto us, then maybe we will have trouble regardless of how we fight it.
I know. Look, I can handle them. But you all need to disappear at least for one day, okay? There is a path down there in the sewers. They know about the sewers, but at least the place will be hard to find. So just stay out of sight for one day, okay?
So I guess we are staying in the sewers.
Maybe, but if you find a way to some other part of the city, there may still be a chance.
I am fine. Let's get out here.
Okay.
Oh, dungeon silver crawling. Yeah.
Okay, so I did not create a sewer map for now, but what I will do, since Fizz is on, I will show him how easy it is because it is so bloody easy. I actually did create a sewer map previously, but I erased it. So I'm going to do it very, very quickly now by creating a new map. Right in front of everyone. La 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 la.
You know, if we put a lot of bean curd in this place, it'll be a map of tofu.
Yeah,
okay, very good.
So Fizzer, the reason why I love this so much, right, is because just the slabs that are available gives me the foundation stone for just about any sort of dungeon environment that I really want to kind of pull up.
Oh, bathroom break. Since our DM is
bathroom.
Yep, bathroom, bye-bye.
You need bio break for a while?
Okay, you guys can bio break for a while if you want.
Okay, sure. I'll be right back.
No, I can't find my mask.
Oh no.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so everyone's gone to take a bio break for a while, so what I'll do is I will use the opportunity right now to try and put together a very, very quick dungeon that our unfortunate group has found themselves in. Ah, okay, this is good. This is the one I wanted. Okay, this, I don't want this, I want this. Okay, so this is the one that I used previously. And what I'll do is I will just drop it in here and raise the water level. So we have an insta dungeon. And I can... So what I normally do in these kind of circumstances, right, is that I just kind of just add furniture. So I'm basically an interior decorator at this particular point in time. So just the important places, right? I'll just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna put a, maybe what I'll do is I'll put some mushrooms, make the place look kind of humid. Sorry if you guys are not interested in any of this. These guys were slightly more open and sharing to people that I did not expect. Than that have led down to they're very trusting a lot. I love this group. Very, very trusting. And unfortunately, they spilled a little too much and they got eavesdropped by the wrong set of people. So now they're they are going to run at least for 1 day on the dungeon. Yeah, so Fizz, there are 2 places that I can get slabs from. One is called Tails Tavern and the other is called Tails Bazaar. And I'll share them with you on the Discord channel later. But basically, right, you can just cut and paste it, and these will form the basic foundation stones for what you will do with your adventures. And these are like super convenient for you to run these. Tails Tavern. Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that. So there's Tails Tavern and there's Tails Bazaar, right? And Tails, they both have kind of like different sets of assets. And I just basically pick and choose between the ones that I like. And as long as you're and the real trick of this, right, is really just being able to control these levels, right? So if you want to kind of peel them away, right, all you need to do is move your side reel here, and then as long as you pull this down, right, you can actually start having these peel away as you go down, the perspective goes down. So you can actually go below the level, so to speak. Oh,
I return to you now.
Okay. And the dungeon is almost ready. I actually had a much bigger one, but I never expected you guys to actually want to go down the dungeon. Or were careless enough to make enough reference that you needed to go down the dungeon. But okay, you know, you never know these type of things.
You never know.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay. So okay. Waiting for Shao, and then after that we can start. So what I'm doing is showing live how to build a dungeon, and I was just saying to the audience that this place is very much it is very much kind of interior decorating job once you have the foundational piece up. It's all just interior decoration. Like, oh, I like this down here. I want a few more lights. Amu the white.
Amu the white.
Yeah. Why? Why is he the white? Is he the white stuff? Yeah. So, and the other cool thing about it is that I can actually set the darkness of this place. So let me do the atmospheric settings. And do darkness so that you all cannot really see anything. Increase the fog multiplier, and done. Okay. Maybe I should set the dark.
Where's the Falcon?
Let me go and put you guys down first and on your torches before I lose you.
Yeah. So, I am not sure whether.
Not sure whether.
Who should be carrying the drift globe?
Drift globe.
There's a drift globe.
We have a drift
It was
globe.
part of the blood spirit. Part of the
Oh, okay.
the stash of the blood spirit.
Yeah, so It's a decision between you and Shao who wants to carry the drift globe.
What to do?
It's a light for it's a light that you don't need to use hands to.
Oh yeah. Oh, a drift globe. Okay.
I was thinking that maybe Shao might still can fight with holding a torch in his hand. So, well, it's
Yeah.
a discussion between you and Shao.
Yeah, Fizz, actually, I know about the one-page dungeon thing, and I've actually used it before. I don't want to use a one-page dungeon because I don't really want it to be a dungeon crawl. I want it to be a single scene. But yeah, I do know about that. Just so you know, I actually did it in one of the my demo Talespire videos. Okay.
It's always useful, the one-page dungeon.
Oh yeah, one-page dungeon is super useful, man. So I basically am a super like this is all I'm all for time saving lah. So
Yes.
this is what you have right now. And let me play some ambient music.
Invincible.
Ambiencito. Yeah, I'm gonna go use gold for Cavern Wet. Dark and humid. Okay. So you bundle your way through the sea and you head down the tunnel. The tunnel leads. You walk for maybe an hour.
That's pretty excellent.
Until you reach what you think is an opening. And you reach what looks like a junction room of some sort. This is where you are.
Okay. I am going to.
Coffee is available, by the way. So let me just get coffee out as well.
Yep.
A burb. I will enable his torchlight just so that you can see around what you see.
Okay, sure, no problems. He has dark vision if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, he definitely has dark vision.
Yeah, he hoots.
Ooh.
people. I sent coffee up to scout the room.
Okay, from what you can tell, let me toggle his flight counter. It goes up maybe about 4 to 5 tiles. Mix around. So you have to see it for yourself lah. Okay, there's no memory of this place, so it's about 4 or 5. You see a ladder around here. Okay, and below him is and he'll take another round later. So I'm really simulating the effect that you cannot memorize it just by looking at it once, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it looks about yay big. About yay big from the height. There are a few like random pipes and all that. Do you want it to fly lower down?
Yes.
Go around?
Fly slightly lower down, then fly one more round.
Okay, close to water surface?
No, somewhere just around or above our heads.
Okay, just above our heads. Very good. Okay. So just as you walk, there's water around here. You see, make a flame go of water. Make me a perception check for the owl. I think they have advantage because of the nighttime, but make that double check that for me, please.
Yes, they do have advantage for perception check, and let me.
Please make the perception check.
Okay, I'm just going to use my. Okay, I'm just going to make a roll of D20.
Or I can roll it for you now if you want.
Never mind, I'll just roll twice. 1, 2, roll. 14 plus 3.
So there's like a central island around here, down the center, Rich. If you can see this, there's a central island around here, and there's water on the left. There's water on the right. What's the roll for perception?
17.
There is something moving in the water. You can't
Okay.
tell what it is, but the way the water's moving, it's not quite kosher. There's definitely something moving. The smell of this sewer is kind of less smelly than you would expect. It's like maybe it runs into part of the Han River. It like discharges into the Han River and all that. And also just to remind, this sewer is not. It's not like our sewers where you have the toilets and all that, right? It's just where the water kind of gathers. It's more a cistern than anything else, actually.
Yep, correct. So it's like tunnels dug up for.
Or Xiangyang was built over the old city of Xiangyang, which was built over the older city of Xiangyang, which is what civilizations tend to do, right?
Yep, correct. Okay, I turn towards Amu and Cang Tian and said, I think there's something in the waters up ahead.
Oh, very good. Like, we never get trips that are perfectly safe and uneventful anyway.
And the voice of Butcherung goes in your head. That 1,000 li, damn sway, every week.
I draw my sword and I walk ahead.
Yeah, I follow closely behind.
How closely?
I take the chow from you first, Alamu.
I'm assuming we're all fully rested, right?
You have not used up anything, so you've had the benefit of a long rest since you've come here. And it's not been 16 hours since you entered the city. In fact, it's only been maybe about 3 hours. There's the guard pissing incident, then the conversation that you had at the Jade Blossom, and the conversation with Butcher Rong, which is about an hour, and now you're in the sewer.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that my SOP for the day is that I have my armor spell up already.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna move close right behind, and I will occasionally look back at Cang Tian to see whether he is okay.
Yeah, I'll take out my little.
Okay, there seems to be some kind of crate in the center here.
Okay.
And there's there's a bone of what looks like a very, very large animal. Can't quite tell what it is. Wai Xiaoxian says, this place is giving me the creeps, man. This place is giving me the creeps.
I am looking at the bone, and does it look as though that it's been eaten or it has been rotted?
Good question. Make me an investigation roll.
Ha! My proficiency.
I can do it too, buddy.
Yes, you can. But if you do that, then you'll be taking your battle awareness away from the surroundings.
Okay, that's done.
Okay.
I have 18.
Eaten. You can see teeth marks, very, very sharp teeth marks that look like they are almost needle-like.
It's been eaten, so be careful.
Not on almost. Longmu, please make me a perception roll.
Roll for me, please.
Someone roll for him, please.
Okay, here you go. There is the roll. You roll a 5. You have any bonuses?
Not enough.
You suck.
Yes, I do.
Okay. What are y'all doing?
I am heading towards the ladder on the left. I guide Amu towards the ladder on the left. Do we need to touch the water if we do that?
You don't know. You wouldn't fly close enough to the water.
Sure, no more.
I'll wade into the water.
You're serious about that?
Take the child from you first, Amu.
Yeah. Carefully, I will do it.
Okay, you come over here.
Carefully.
So you're
Can I
going
do it defensively?
No, you can't do it defensively.
Okay.
So you have no swim speed. If you're going into the water, you'll be fighting at disadvantage. Just pointing out.
Oh, so it's really deep, is it?
You can't tell from where you are at. That's my point. But even if you are anything above like thigh height of water, right? Which is very, very likely, you will be fighting at disadvantage.
Okay, then I would rather not.
Okay? I'm so kind, man. You know, if it was other GMs, they were like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be like those mothers who compare with other people's children, okay?
I do it for my own children. Why wouldn't I do it for my players?
Actually, the analogy is he's the kind of mother who compares themselves to other people's mothers. The self-praised mother.
No, I'm the best. I'm the best. No lah. No,
Other people's players, I tell you.
I fly the owl towards.
No, Menadri. I do not mean Ramji.
I'm going to fly the owl towards coffee towards the direction.
Hey,
of
where's
the
Coffee's
letter.
token? Did he get eaten? The F is.
I don't know. Did you attempt to eat coffee?
Hey.
Oh, you don't eat coffee, you drink coffee.
Okay, never mind.
No, that's why I added bean at the end, right? You know, eat coffee bean.
Okay, never mind. I'll just drag another token. Which way? This way. There seems to be a broken-ish bridge here, if you can see it.
Okay.
Leading to a second silver grade. No sign
Amu will test again.
no sign
No.
no sign of the ladder this way. No sign of the ladder this way.
Oh, the ladder seems to be broken. Reach the red orange pillar, and then.
It's not a pillar. It's
fly outward.
some kind of pipe, maybe.
Pipe. Yeah, fly the pipe. Fly upwards to the. Because the player remembered that there is a ladder somewhere around there at that.
The sentient bug is really getting me. Annoyed, man. The rise to heaven bug is like super annoying.
Oh, there's a bug.
Yeah, there is a bug. It's a rise to heaven bug. I thought I told you about it the
Yeah.
last time round.
Oh yeah, you did.
Okay, so so annoying.
It's okay. Never mind. I think around there was a ladder.
Yeah, there kind of maybe is.
Okay, never mind. Let's head towards the. I tell Amu and Ajay, let's head towards the grate there.
Amu's battle stance is so he's walking around with the arm guard in front of him and the sleeve draped around it, and he's holding his blade. He's holding his sword like that.
Like Aaron in Final
Like Saito Hajime lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, something like that. I guess.
Window guard lah, basically. It was what the rapier guys would call the window guard, right? Or height 2, height 3? Never mind. Okay. You start walking. Are any of you following him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are following him.
How closely behind?
I'm not going to step on the same broken bridge as he is. He crosses the bridge first, then I cross.
Yeah, we should do the bridge one by one.
Okay, Cang Tian, where are you going? Where are you positioning yourself?
For me, I'm positioning behind. I think behind Yifan because I'm the child and the ginseng is me, right? So I need to be a little bit at the back.
Okay. Yeah. You got superior mobility anyway, lah. Okay.
Yeah.
And with this.
Do you want me to take the child back?
No, it's okay.
No, you cross. I'm going to tie a rope around Cang Tian, and then he can levitate, and then I will pull him across.
Okay, with this.
It's okay. And we'll figure it out later, lor.
With this. We will end today's session. Thank you very much.
Oh no, cliffhanger.
Because
No.
It's a bridge hanger.
Yeah, the bridge hanger.
Yeah, because it's getting late. If I start the battle right now, you will probably not have the time to resolve it. But
Yep.
it is definitely a cliffhanger because I actually deployed some things in there already.
Yes.
So thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for joining the session. Never try to predict the dumbassery your players would end up doing.
Of course.
And we will continue next session where we will start by rolling initiative.
Yay.
With very, very likely surprise round. All right, thank you everybody. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye
Okay.
all.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. Thanks for running. Bye bye.
Bye.
Are we offline? Are we